Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenogears! Last time, and part of this time, Faye is getting a group hug from Satan and some random person on the street. We also had a huge bomb dropped on us that Sigurd and Satan were originally from Solaris there. So, with that information being revealed, let's go talk to poor Bart here and see how he's handling this news. It's hard to imagine someone would have such a past. Are you suspicious of him? It was pretty sudden. Childhood rivals? Nothing compared to the story that we just heard. No. It wasn't simple. Exactly. A country that you had never even heard of. What are you picking on me for? What I'm saying is this. You should see why he could not talk about this with you until now. Never gone beyond simply maintaining their own empire or self-preservation. Military power is immense, so he probably thinking ahead. Yeah, there's no way he could do anything about it, so why tell him? That's another possibility as well. Yeah, that's a very logical approach. Yeah, probably. This is true. Okay. Speaking of that, why did you leave? Ram's guy was supposed to be a star of hope, which isn't what they said, but oh well. Are you eavesdropping there, random NPC? Really wasn't that much of a change from the previous system. Basically, the only difference was whether the country and the military and all that stressed people's rank or their skill. So basically, because Ramses was a lower ranked citizen like Satan, and he was able to get up higher, he wanted to help people with skill get higher, even though that normally didn't happen, instead of their rank, so their birth being the key ingredient in, you know, their ability to ascend. No different from what Solaris itself had been doing until then. No intentions of bringing everyone a better way of life. No, he just wanted it to be easier for the people like him who were talented to get ahead. Which, I guess isn't really a bad thing, but if you're not helping everyone else out in the process, who knows? I'll leave that interpretation open to you all. Planning on fighting them? No way around, pretty much. Sure, we'll have to fight them sooner or later. Still Solaris to deal with. Might get involved in a longer war than that with Shakan, and that war's been going on for quite some time, hasn't it? I think Bart was supposed to be dead when he was 12, according to that, so Shakan's probably had the country for, I'd say, somewhere around 10 years? 8 to 10 years, something like that, depending on how old Bart's supposed to be. I'm not going to get rid of the likes of Gebler. Know what you're trying to say. First, gain the throne. That's one way of putting it. It makes sense to try and get more people behind you before tackling a larger enemy, though. And with that being said, they asked Mason to get a hold of the town hall. For some reason, we have to change our locations. Anyway, he went to the tool shop to borrow a table. I don't know why that needed to be put into dialogue, but anyway. When I was a kid, I borrowed stuff from there and got in big trouble. Borrowed? What did you take? He stole it, he didn't borrow it. A toy boat. I think that's what it was. Fireworks. More anachronism. Gotta love it. Used to play Navy. Okay then. Lake was the open sea, and I was the fleet commander. Of course you were. Forget the old stories. We should get started. More upbeat music. Nice. Norman could not progress so quickly through the country's organization. Presently located in Ignis, here probably close to Aveh, I would believe. Unless he moved since the last time we saw him. Attack it with all our might. What kind of a weak spot would we have there? We were just kind of there and, well, we had to run away. He's out of the way and Aveh is safe again, then we can think about how to deal with Gebler. Present strength, we should be able to hold off the Royal Guard forces. Problem is how to deal with Gebler in the meantime. I'm not going to sit by and watch. Oh, Satan's got a plan, I'm sure. It always seems to. We want Gebler to leave for a while, at least until we're able to take back the royal capital. Now we get a map of the Ignis continent. The red triangle or pyramid up in the top right there is Kislev, and the yellow one in the bottom left corner under the text box is Aveh, Bledavec. And Nissan is kind of right above that flashing one right there. Western guards, apparently there's some guards here from Aveh, and then they got the Royal Guard down here. And up here we have soldiers on the border with Kislev, or, well, we don't know the name of their capital city yet, so I won't say it. Three main groups. Mixture of different forces. Only two of them are large, though. Those two. Makes sense. I don't know why you would have a big amount of guards on Nissan's border, considering one, Nissan does not have a land path into your country. There's water in the way. And two, they're a religious country and not really known for their military strength. You've been at war with the other country for years and years and years. In order to take back the capital, necessary to draw the defense units away from the capital. It's going to be a hard thing to accomplish. We have some Kislev made gears, correct? Okay. What are we going to do with them? Use the gears to make a raid on the weakest force. We'll draw them out by making it look like Kislev is invading Aveh. Okay, and it would make sense for them to attack from a different point other than the border, since the border is obviously heavily guarded. Probably not. Nissan will just have to appear to align with Kislev. That would probably work. Because then you would have more soldiers over there from around the Nissan area from Kislev, and there'd be kind of two angles of attack. Tend to use Nissan as bait. Yeah, kind of. Very sensitive to their actions. Starts moving, he will probably leave it up to Gebler. But, of course, I do not wish to do that from the beginning. I have to be willing to go that far, but hopefully not, kind of deal. Okay. very determined music. Love this track. Meet up with our agents already in the city. Of course, they'll have some additional information for us. Forgetting one thing, the frontline units on the Kislev border. These ones. Well, yeah, obviously if... Oh, it's in the battleship... It's that thing. The word down there that I'm not going to try and pronounce. The last king. Because of its firepower, the whole unit is nicknamed the Invincible Fleet. The ship is near the border. Okay. That puts everything in jeopardy. It does, really. If we can't beat it, then how are we going to do anything? Okay, then why did you make that whole idea if we couldn't do anything about it? How is it not going to be a problem if they're invincible, basically? Oh? Supreme Commander. Oh, God. Demoted? Oh, that idiot. Well, that's fine. The guy who looks like a moron with the cross painted on his face. The very same! Oh, that was just a weird line for him to have. He has not been able to adapt to change in tactics, particularly following the introduction of gears. He is a man who will never stray from his dependence on large naval guns. So, in other words, he's compensating for something. He's stubborn, he's stupid, all size and no real military power. Excellent target for pirates. Awesome. Just kidding. Anyway, the number of gears assigned to the fleet seems to have been reduced. Even with that, how gallant of him to be so self-righteous. He must be that much of a musclehead. It'll be fun taunting him. Mason doesn't seem to like Bart's attitude here. I like his attitude here. It's rather funny. Can he? Not a problem. We have enough forces left to pull off the feint, so that's good. Not be wise to underestimate our opponents, but it looks like we should be able to do something about pretty much all of these situations. This is a really well thought out plan, Satan, considering you just took a look at the map now. But damn, this is a very effective looking plan. Apart from the main unit heading for Bledevec, we must keep the fleet at the Kislev border from returning to the capital. So we got to stop them from coming back, so we have to attack them. We have to attack the western side by Nissan to draw them up away from the capital, and hopefully that will work. That's the basic idea here. A small force is best. Small force. Faye's going to lead a group of gears, the guy who doesn't want to fight in a gear. That's a great plan, Satan. You're insane. Really? You think Faye's just going to go along with this? He doesn't even want to do this to begin with. He wants to go home, even though he has no home to go to. No reason to involve all of you. Wait, what? Change of character much? When do we leave? Now he's super eager. What's going on here? When did this happen? Friends to the end now. See, this comes back to the conversation that Faye had with Margie in her room after we named Chu-Chu. Bart left, and Margie explained that Bart didn't have very many friends, and they had all this torture on his back from protecting her, and, you know, basically him having all this responsibility and no friends to lean on. He has people around him who will help him, but no actual friends. And Faye took that to heart, it seems, and decided, you know what? I'm going to be this guy's friend. And the thing is, even though they had a rocky beginning, they definitely seem to have grown a lot closer over the whole course of the game that we've played so far. Sure, we'll leave as soon as possible tomorrow morning. But not too early, I need my beauty sleep. Alright then, we have a plan. Can I move, or we're just gonna stand around doing nothing? Okay, that's fine by me. No way we can lose. No one will die in vain. Well put, young master. Alrighty then. We gonna load something here, game? Is that supposed to be the sleepy music? Oh, that's not good. Oh, come on, just spoil the whole plot, why don't you? Oh, well, it's just JRPG. We already know that nothing's going to go the way we want it to, but, like, really? You spoiled the whole thing right there, game. Something bad is definitely going to happen now. Feeling sad about saying goodbye. Maybe you're just nervous. Don't bug me. Tee-hee. Anyway, with that being said, let's get this all organized here. Everyone ready to go? I'll be waiting here, so let me know when you're through preparing. Now, there isn't really much we can do to prepare. We could go to the shop, we could go to the gear shop, we could buy some stuff. We don't really need to, so I'm not going to worry about it. Do check your equipment, make sure you're set up the way you kind of want to be set up. Everyone's pretty much where they should be. Might as well give you some iron mail there. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm going to give you the metal vest because I'm not going to use you much in the upcoming area. So, actually, no, I am going to give you the iron mail. What am I talking about? There we go. Doesn't really make a whole lot of difference, but there we go. I don't think I have any new cats yet, so that's set up. As far as our gears go, response circuits, that's what we want on you. Give you some defense, that's fine. I don't really need anything else at the moment, so yeah. You could buy some more stuff if you wanted. I don't think it's necessary, but why don't we make some preparations? Let's just talk to everybody real quick here. Caught up in this now as well. Come this far, might as well stay till the end. Well, that's nice of you. When you're ready, just talk to Mr. Bart there, select all right, and we're ready to go. We reform our party, and I think it warps us out of town. Okay. Wait for the right moment, and then head for the palace in the Yggdrasil. So, and also the people from Kevlar. Why do you worry about them? Guess I'm gonna go raise some hell in my Weltall. Seems to be so much more content with it now that he's had more experience in it, or now that he's just come to be friends with Bart. It's weird. I don't know. Well, you Bart or young master, maybe your majesty? Cut it out. Bart's fine. Great mother of Nissan. Hey, you know I hate that title. Of course they both hate titles. What is it with characters in JRPGs who are royalty or have great titles that don't want that responsibility? It's like a requirement. Every princess, every prince who has joined our party does not care for their title. They just want to go out and beat up some bad guys. Now, I'm questioning whether this is a docking sequence or not, because it's kind of an undocking sequence. So I'm going to let that one slide. Brings my hopes up. What do you mean? Before the Fatimas of Aveh were called Fatima, the royal brothers and their wives oversaw many prosperous regions. Looking forward to the day when the great mother of the Nissan sect will take your place on the throne as Bart's wife? They're cousins! What? They're best friends. They're also cousins, which is weird, but okay. Yeah. the rate you're maturing into a beautiful woman, I don't think Bart will be able to ignore you much longer. You're embarrassing me. You just see that in an anime, just so much. Oh, it's funny. Avoid being picked up. So we're just going to talk to the commander there is... What is his name? Starts with an M, I think. Oh well, doesn't really matter. He's just been mentioned before. Yeah, this one, Maitreya. Yeah, he's been mentioned before. I always assumed that it was a female name when I heard it the first time. And then, of course, when you get the... He's calling Faye son, so I'm assuming he's like an old military guy. Though that is kind of funny. I'm gonna make something out of this battle. Anyway, with that being said, well, I think we're pretty much all set up now. Oh, sad music. Odd for me to say this since I'm the one who got you involved, but be careful. If anything happens to me, take care of Margie and them for me. Really, buddy? Shouldn't you leave that to Sigurd? It's not like you. Don't you worry. It's all good, buddy. And we get another anime cutscene. This one I don't remember being super long. And again, I'm not going to call this one a docking sequence because it really isn't a docking sequence. It's very much like a docking sequence, and again, it's a launching sequence. For whatever reason, we had a nice long anime cut. Well, it's not long, but we have a nice little cutscene for the Weltall here as... I don't know how this works, but I guess it launches him. Okay, sure. I don't know. Well, there's a blood red moon. I'm sure that's not ominous at all. And we now have control of Citan. It's an odd thing to happen. But that's going to do it for this episode of Let's Play Xenogears. Next time, we will do a little more talking and hopefully get onto the battlefield. I know I think there's like 2 scenes before that. Maybe 2, maybe 3, I don't know. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.